If you have any questions or concerns about this week's episode, please call or text producer Dan at 778-288-9255.
Start the party, Dan. Time to turn it up. We're getting crazy, going wild, talking nasty stuff. Dude scrolling hillside with butt stuff. Fire, boom, roast, mad post, sticking up the replies. We don't want to go to school. We don't want to get a job. We just want to get online and get our asses blocked. We don't follow the rules. We do whatever we want. It's Block Party, the podcast, like we're tweeting a duck.
Wah.
Block Party. Block Party. Block Party, my missus and folks. Block Party. Block Party. Block Party, I quote tweeting a duck.
Hello, friends, idiots, and friends who are also idiots. Welcome to your favorite podcast about social media and rejection. It is Block Party. This is episode number 271. I'm John.
I'm Stefan.
And with us is a great guest, a first-time guest on the show, very funny comedian, and 1/3 of the Soft For Us podcast. Amy Walsh is here. Hi, Amy.
Hi, Amy.
Hello. How are you doing?
Oh, we're great.
Good.
We're great. How are you?
I'm great. Thanks for having me on.
Oh, our pleasure. We had to complete the Soft For Us triumvirate
Yeah,
on the
that's
program.
a
To
great
get
word.
Thank you. I try to spice it up.
He's a teacher. He's famously a teacher. So
Yeah,
Fair.
famously,
Yeah.
famously, that is my job.
Yeah.
I'm not like famous for it, I don't think.
well, I think within our fan base, I guess what I mean to say is people are aware that you are a teacher.
Yeah, that's really more. I wouldn't say it's so much famous, but
No.
they are aware that is my former day job. I don't do it anymore.
No, that's right.
You don't do it anymore?
No, once I moved to Calgary, I said, "Fuck that shit," you know.
Hell yeah. Fuck those kids.
Well, and famously, that was sort of rule number one for me is not do that. But that's just me, you know. It's not for everybody, but.
Can I
Yeah.
can I say something quickly before we?
Sure,
This is
Stefan.
shocking to me. Before we went live, is producer Dan. I just don't want this to go by the
I
wayside.
thought
but
they said we weren't going to talk about whatever
Well,
this is.
you said you weren't going to talk about it. Producer Dan, you got a chicken sandwich from A&W. Is that right?
That's right. Yeah.
Okay. And what did you not have on it?
Chicken. I didn't get any chicken. on
Okay, no. No.
Hey, you send that over to me in a bun. Could you just?
it. A bunch of mayonnaise on bread.
Dan, you
That's what I
didn't
had.
get pickles on it.
No, I don't like pickles on a burger.
That's terrible.
Any burger.
Yeah, don't like them.
I used to
Insane.
not like pickles on hamburgers, but then I saw the light, and now I love pickles on hamburgers. So
It's just crazy to me. Like a chicken sandwich. Is it a spicy chicken sandwich?
No.
Okay. Well, a pickle on a chicken sandwich is very nice. A pickle on a
Mhm.
burger is great. A pickle on basically any sandwich is good. Amy, are you a fan of pickles?
Big pickle fan. I
Okay.
didn't know deep fried pickles existed until I moved to Vancouver. And in my first week here, I think I had deep fried pickles like 3 to 4 times. I was just like, this is the best thing ever. I was sending pictures of them home and everything. I was like, wait until you come to Canada.
why don't they have deep fried pickles in Ireland?
I have no idea. Someone asked me this the other day. They were like, you don't have deep fried pickles? I was like, no, we don't.
It seems like
a
a pub thing that they might have over there.
Yeah.
That's kind of surprising.
Yeah.
Maybe
They
you
don't.
should go
Sure.
home and get rich off of deep fried pickles.
Yeah. Just have a deep fried pickle empire.
Yeah.
I
That's not a bad
I
idea.
think you should. And Amy, speaking of Ireland, I was just reminded because I have this sheet next to me from Christmas, but I'm going to see Limp Bizkit in Ireland.
Yes.
You and I talked about that. However, I should be clear.
Yes.
I'm going to see Limp Bizkit in Northern Ireland.
Okay, I love
Now-
Northern Ireland.
Okay, see now I know there's a tumultuous history there.
Mhm.
What? Sorry.
Yeah, Stefan,
Yeah.
look it up.
Okay.
You know, just search the Troubles. I know
Yeah,
you've searched for like troubled before in reference to yourself, but
Yeah.
search the Troubles, see what's
Mhm.
going on there. But Amy, I was going to ask now, we don't get political on this show, but like,
Right.
is it generally like for someone, you know, a millennial like yourself, is Northern Ireland kind of chill for you, or like, how does that work in this modern day and age?
Yeah, like it's there's still unrest and there's still like a lot of tension between the two communities. But like there's no issues of like there's no hard border of us to go up, and there's no like checks with like military anything like that anymore, which there used to be. So yeah, it's just like We don't get political, but I think of it as all of Ireland, all the same. So.
Okay, well that is, and I don't think you can say I don't want to get political and then say that immediately after. I don't know a whole lot about the history, but it seems
That's
to me
but that's the good side to be on.
No,
I
it's
think.
true. That is the good side to be on.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of part of me bringing it up is I was sort of wondering, like, what do you think Limp Bizkit's ability will be to sort of heal the divide? You know what I mean?
I think, you know what, Limp Bizkit might be the answer to United Ireland. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow.
That's
Let's
what
see
I'm
can
thinking.
happen.
That's what I'm thinking. I need your advice because I've never been to Ireland before or Northern Ireland.
Yeah.
And I am going to see Limp Bizkit at Ormeau Park, which is in Belfast. It's apparently a beautiful park. Am I going to die there?
Is it just Limp Bizkit or is anyone else playing too?
No, I think, well, they haven't announced the openers yet. It's like, because they do a summer concert series in this park. So Limp Bizkit is one of the summer concerts there. But so they haven't announced the openers. Like maybe it'll be someone like really sick, like U2.
Yeah, I could see that. Maybe. Yeah. If
Like
they're
U2
around.
opening for
U2
Limp
opening
Bizkit.
for
Just like
Limp
a tight, like 6-song set or something from
Sure.
U2. And then Limp Bizkit
Sure.
comes on.
Yeah. Yeah.
Crack
I
out
could see
a few of the
that.
tunes. Did you actually just ask me if you're going to die in?
Yeah. Am I going to die? Yeah. Because I feel like Irish people at Limp Bizkit, I've seen Irish people before, Amy, because there's a lot of them in Vancouver, yourself
There's a lot of
included.
us. Yeah,
And they're a little bit scary.
I would disagree.
Not you,
No, I
not
totally
you.
get
You're
it.
lovely, but like Irish dudes.
You're saying that under duress now. It's like, no, you're not scary.
Irish
No,
dudes are
I-
a bit fucked up and they're drunk a lot most of the time.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
it will probably be kind of rough in the sense of I'm sure there'll probably be like mosh pits and stuff.
Oh, definitely there will be a mosh pit, yeah.
Yeah. But then very like drunk Irish people. I like when I go to anything that there's mosh pits, I personally prefer to just stand back because it just is too scary.
I can't
So-
see John. John, you're not going to be moshing at your age, are you?
Not at my age, but Limp
Yeah.
Bizkit might get me out of moshing retirement. I mean,
Okay.
I was
Yeah?
a big mosh guy back in the day.
Really?
Oh yeah, big mosh head. Love to get in the pit and try to love someone, as Kid Rock would say. And
Maybe Kid Rock will be there.
dude, Kid Rock opening for Limp Bizkit would be sick. I mean, I don't like Kid Rock obviously, but
Yeah.
if I hear Ba With Da Ba live, there's no way I'm not popping off.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that right now. I'll tell you that for free.
Kid Rock in Belfast. That would be
That
funny.
would be fucking wild. You know, Kid
Kevin
Rock probably
Hart?
doesn't believe in Europe.
Probably doesn't know it exists. Kevin Hart actually was he was filming a movie in Belfast last year, and then he ended up doing like a bunch of the local shows in Belfast, and then he got like two of the local guys to open for him then in like a couple of stadium tours in Ireland and in the north of Ireland. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
Okay.
I
So
thought-
that's sick. So
Photoshop.
you're kind of like, I should have been home then. Not that you would have necessarily been in Belfast, but
Yeah, just in the vicinity. Yeah, I wrote to the booker and I was like, "Is that Photoshop, or is Kevin Hart actually in your club?" And he was like, "No, Kevin Hart's here."
Wow. Have you guys seen Kevin Hart's NFT TV show?
No,
is an NFT TV show?
Well, he had one. This is like
Oh,
Dan. This
geez.
is something that we're gonna have to show on here.
No, I've never
We
seen
just showed
it.
this on YKS this week.
Did
so-
you actually?
really?
Yeah, we did. We did a whole Friday's YKS episode was entirely about this.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Well, then we
Okay.
can skip it.
Well, I do want to just there's the first like 10 seconds of it. There's a moment. It's like a CGI. It's like really bad CGI. And it's Kevin Hart's NFT show. And what it is I think he would like call into like a podcast or a radio show or something and like tell stories about.
It was just his Instagram live. I
Is
think,
that all
when-
it was?
Yeah, he would just go live on Instagram during the pandemic when like
Right.
nobody was going outside.
Right, and just tell
Tell
stories. And
Yeah.
he did it a few times, and so the audio quality is not good because it's like on his iPhone or whatever, right? And
They
just
made a TV show out of that?
out of that audio.
Oh, God.
Oh wow!
Yeah, so we should
that
just watch
sounds
that. I
really
know
bad.
YKS just did this, and we just did this on
You
Golf
don't
Kings
you don't
as
listen
well.
to that show?
I don't.
No, I have a big backlog of YKS to catch up on. But
Me too. Every episode.
no, look, I love YKS, but we do this on Go Off Kings as well. I feel like this is equally mine and Jesse's thing, Dan. So I just want you to pay attention to what Kevin Hart's the NFT character model of Kevin Hart, what his eyes do when he's getting. I think he's getting off a bus or an airplane or something.
Like, were they trying to sell NFTs based on these characters, like after the show, or what's the NFT connection here?
Well, first of all, this is how you can tell how funny it's going to be. Is
because
that
it's rated funny as a motherfucker.
yeah, and the preview has been approved for immature audiences instead of
Nice.
mature audiences.
I
yeah.
can't watch it then.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm gonna
but
be
yeah,
40 in like a year and a half
I know. We should do something for that.
for my 40th.
Yeah.
Let's I got a couple ideas.
Okay.
You can
Strippers.
start looking for an old folks home for him.
Dan, don't cut me off. Strippers,
Yeah.
cocaine,
Okay.
I'm out.
strippers.
Sure.
There you go.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, Dan can't come, but that's okay. Well,
That's
Dan, you
fine.
can come. You just can't. We'll keep you away from all the drugs I'm going to do for the first time in my life when I turn 40.
You know what? Fuck it. I'll break edge for John's 40th.
Okay. That's-
No, I don't want that. That would be a bad 40th birthday for me.
yeah.
Okay, let's watch this.
Just watch the
this-
first like little. It's so bad. But just
Okay.
watch. Look at his eyes.
I'm about to give you the real deal.
I'm in complete disbelief.
I walk off the plane.
Oh my!
When I realize you just don't know who people are.
Oh, but I ain't stupid.
Okay, you can
Oh
stop
my
it now. Dan.
God,
Oh, that looks so bad.
Yeah. It's
who bought that?
well,
I mean,
it was
Roku, I
on
guess.
Roku apparently. I think there were only like.
Ugh.
Well, we didn't get to the part in the trailer where it's like 4 stories, which is, I guess, how many episodes it did.
I believe they only released one.
Okay, but was
Oh,
it 4
really?
stories in the one episode, or was it 1 story per episode?
No idea.
Okay, were you able to find the full episode?
No.
Okay, well, that's,
Do they? But you didn't answer my question, Stefan. So, are they selling NFTs on this character? Like, how are NFTs related to this?
let me see here. I actually don't know.
Okay.
Well,
I
you
just-
can listen to the latest YKS bonus episode
Yeah.
and find out.
We have to pay for that though, so probably not. Just kidding. We donate. We donate to our friends.
We
at-
do
over
and,
at YKS.
and we listen. Yeah, it was just an NFT tie-in where there were different NFT versions of CGI, like 3D model Kevin
Right.
Hart.
Okay.
Got
it.
it looks really fucking.
I
stupid.
would love to be sitting there watching a TV show and they're like, "Hey, you can buy an NFT of this after the show."
I mean, you could buy low on these. Like they're probably really, really cheap right now, if I had to imagine. So we
You got to
should
buy the dip. You got to buy
Yeah.
the dip, Stefan. That's what they always say.
web3.kevinhartnation.com.
Oh God, Amy, did you ever get it? Did you get any crypto or NFTs or anything when this was popping off?
Okay.
No, it just sounded like too much work to figure out. So I was like, not for me. I
Fair.
have heard men trying to explain crypto to me, but I just
Yeah, it's mostly
Yeah.
men. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the right response.
I guess that's
think.
not a good if you went on a first date with a guy and he brings up crypto, like that's got to be you're out. That's the last date.
Yeah, no, I actually haven't had any try to. They've mentioned crypto, but I'm like, no. Let's zoom past that, please.
Right.
Yeah.
That's fair because I don't think. Yeah, I think that would be a bad sign. Or if they're like, yeah, I'm making money in crypto, he's broke. You know, he's broke.
You
Is what
see it
he's.
a lot in Tinder bios, and
Oh, jeez.
yeah.
So
but-
I did find the NFTs. They
Okay.
are available. And I'm just gonna look at the prices in Ethereum.
Sure.
So the cheapest one is 0.0059, which is
That's very cheap.
$17. Which still seems way
That seems
too
too
expensive.
much. It seems
Way
like
too
even if you
much.
buy that dip, there's not going to be a peak. There's not going to be a peak
yeah.
for that.
Yeah. The most expensive one, they're asking 50 Ethereum, which is like $150,000, I think.
But does it come with like you get to meet Kevin Hart or something
No,
like that?
he just has a wizard hat on.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah.
Because that kind of became the new thing where like when NFTs started to struggle, that kind of became the new thing where it was like, okay, well, we're selling you the NFT, but really it's like, you get to go golfing with Richard Karn.
Yeah, I don't think this comes with like an experience or anything. I think it's just so that's the most expensive one. Then there is a little bit of a price drop. The second most expensive one is 1.
So it goes from 50 to 1.
Yeah, and then it goes to 0.1, and then a lot
That's
of
an
them are
expensive wizard hat.
yeah, and then a lot of them are like 0.01 and cheaper than that, and yeah. So is it even worth buying one as a joke?
No.
Dan, did JF and DB buy any Kevin Hart NFTs on YKS?
I believe they did, yeah.
Okay, okay, so we won't do it.
Was it the wizard hat?
Oh boy, that's really good. God damn.
That's not it's not good.
No. Have you attempted to find the episode, Dan, or is it basically just lost media at this point?
I tried for about 15 seconds, 30 seconds or so.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say minutes at least.
No.
That's
I
okay.
don't.
But probably like most media, that's about how long it takes you to find it, right?
Yeah.
More or
No,
less, yeah. If I
yeah.
can't find it in 15, 30 seconds, it's probably not out there.
Yeah. Damn.
Okay.
Oh well.
Well,
It doesn't
Too bad.
look like it's worth finding.
No.
Fairness.
no,
probably
I don't
not,
think so.
Unfortunately.
I don't think so.
Damn.
I mean, we'll see. You never know. Like NFTs could they could resurge.
That would be so funny if they came back. And then
They'll come back for sure. They will. I think
there's no
like a
chance.
trading card. Like I don't think there'll be another like NFT boom where people are buying like shit like apes or whatever.
Yeah.
But I could see the like sports NFTs making a comeback in like the collectible market.
I don't think so. I think that's a one and done. It feels like to me. I'm guessing.
Maybe.
Yeah.
John's really wishing that his Top Shot collection should
No,
No,
John
my
got
Top
out
Shot
of there
collection's
at the
all
right
gone.
time.
I
think.
know.
Yeah.
I made money. I made money in crypto, so maybe that's what I should be
Yeah.
telling. Yeah, oh yeah.
One of
Oh,
the
yeah.
few people to actually do that.
I got
Oh,
in and out
wow.
at the right time. I got in close to the top of the pyramid, and I got out before it crumbled to the ground. That's all you can ask for. But
I didn't peg you as a crypto guy. There we
I
go.
was not. It was just strictly one crypto site. It was
Because you had a friend. We had a friend.
yeah,
who
we had a friend who
at-
worked for a company that made NBA NFTs. So we
Okay.
bought those. That was the only. I was not in the Kevin Hart in a wizard hat kind of era of NFT.
No.
Fair.
NFTdom. Although I do remember I followed this guy on Twitter and when the Bored Apes launched, and he was talking about like how he was buying a bunch of them and he thought that project had like the most promise. And I remember like checking it out at the time and being like, same as you, Amy. I was like, too much hassle, because they were like $200 to just
Right,
buy
yeah.
one of the first ones when they came out. And I was like, fine. I don't care. And then like a month later, the lowest one was like $100,000, and I was like, shit. I could have gotten really rich off of this, but then I would be an asshole, I guess, right? People would lose respect for me if I'm.
I think I know it's hard to believe people would lose respect for you if you were a Bored Ape guy, John. God, that would have been so funny though.
hell yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, that would have been really funny. Fuck.
Well, there is an old episode of us talking about Top Shot in a positive light.
Yes.
So like there would have been an episode probably of me being like, I bought this like Bored Ape thing.
Yeah.
And I probably would have never been able to escape that had I
No,
done
you
it.
would have been the Bored Ape guy. It would have
Yeah.
been, but it would have sort of overruled you being a sex guy. So maybe, you know.
You're just
Yeah.
known as the sex guy.
Well, I guess. I mean, Amy, we live in this world. I mean, okay, we've talked with Nikki and Danielle about Soft for Us. I mean, you're sort of forced into a sex world because all these perverts comment on your shit, you know, talking about like your feet and stuff like that.
Mhm.
But in our world, it's like bad to be seen as someone who likes to have sex. So I'm like, these guys every week, they're like, John's a fucking sex guy. And it's like, oh yeah.
Well, I think John paints it as like a sex positive thing, and then he's gonna be like, I was reading up about Japanese rope bondage the other day.
I did not read about that.
No, sorry, you were watching an instructional video.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was deep on the Shibari wiki.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember. Oh, it was because I was Becca and I were watching some kind of like sex documentary thing.
Was it like an HBO real sex thing? Probably.
Kind of, but it was
Yeah.
like it was in the pandemic. It was like they followed like New Yorkers in the pandemic who were like in various stages of relationships at like trying to figure out like
Right.
managing their sex lives and relationships in the pandemic.
Yeah.
Right.
And then there was a girl on it who was into this shibari thing. So like the word just stuck in my brain.
It
so I
is-
said
yeah.
it on Block Party, and then that was the end of the world. for
Knowing
me.
that name, yeah.
And
I
now
mean,
ever since I've been labeled as a sex guy, which and yeah, Amy, it is apparently bad to enjoy sex,
look, it's not bad. I
be
think,
married, and to
I will say
Like that.
it's funny to name drop Shibari, I think.
Sure, and I understand that,
Yeah.
and I get that part of it,
Yeah.
but also like, cut me some slack here. You know, what
I will. Yeah.
Just
I
like
mean,
I cut the ladies some slack when I
with
tie
the
them up.
Shibari ropes. Or, yeah. Okay. All right.
You
God.
talking about sex in the with people in the pandemic? It reminded me that when things were opening up and stuff in the UK, they were like, okay, yeah, their health board came out and were like, okay, yeah, we know you guys are going to meet up and have sex, but if you can just do positions where you're not facing each other, it's like just if your faces just aren't like breathing, that should be okay. And then in Ireland, because we still have a good dollop of Catholic guilt, our health board came out and was just like, don't do any sex, just like have virtual sex. But like so many people lived with their parents at the time because of the pandemic, and I was like, what are you're just suggesting people are just gonna have it like in their childhood bedroom virtually having sex? It was very strange.
That's so funny to hear that from the government.
I mean,
That's
in
really
BC,
good.
didn't they recommend glory holes?
They did.
They did,
in
actually,
BC.
yeah.
They were like,
Really?
if you can find your way to a glory hole, that's a good. It's a good way to live. I like in the UK, they're like, you don't have to have a wall up there. The UK, though, is sensitive to glory holes after the whole George Michael thing. So I do understand they're kind of like they're still trying to get over that.
For sure.
Yeah.
But I do like that the British government was like, doggy style, spoons, reverse cowgirl, you're good to go, baby.
Exactly.
But BC was like, if there could be a wall with a hole cut in it,
Yeah.
now you're talking.
Did they use the words like glory hole?
I don't know if they said glory hole specifically, or
They did. I feel like they definitely
or
used
was
the
it
word
like
glory
was it
hole.
like more of like a scientific term for it or something?
No.
Scientific.
Yeah.
Holiest glorious.
Glorious,
They
yeah.
use the like Latin.
Latin version.
I'm really afraid to Google glory holes.
I know. I was going to Google it, and I was like, no.
They did say
They did say glory hole, yeah.
They
I
said
searched it.
glory hole.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. Bonnie Henry was in a press conference being like, glory holes.
I thought I was gonna bring up like a glory hole like map or something, but now I am gonna look for that.
I was going to say,
Here, I'll bring it up.
Would not that I'm looking, but
where would one find a glory?
Oh,
There's a website called glorieshole.com. And,
no.
that picture's terrifying.
That picture is terrifying.
Peek before you poke.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What?
Peek before you poke. Get the whole picture. Before you pop your penis into a neighbor's glory hole, consider the hole itself. Is it safe?
Well, this
Are there
this is fake.
jagged
This has to be
edges?
this has to be fake.
Does it appear to have been sanitized
Yeah, no, this is
recently?
fake. This is definitely fake.
Yeah, it's on
Oh,
Reddit.
for
It's probably
Yeah,
fake.
this is
for
the fake.
sure.
But I think they did specifically mention glory holes.
That is
in
peek
like a press
before you
release.
poke.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Peek before you poke.
I am looking to see if there's any glory holes near me, just to see. Let's see.
I think there's one in the next room, isn't there?
There's one in. There's a couple downtown.
Oh yeah, where are you
let's see.
finding this info stuff?
I went to glorieshole.com and
Glory-
Can you forward me that
hole.
website?
it looks like there's one. Where is this? This is Granville and Helmkin.
What?
Is that like a
in like a bathroom?
yeah? Is that like a seven?
where-
Is that the McDonald's or something? What is that there? There's something
Granville
there.
and Helmkin. Yeah, it might be that the 7-Eleven or like the old 7-Eleven that
it
was
might
there.
be. It's on the corner there, across from 8th and Main.
Yeah.
So is the whole? Do you? Where? Who stands where? Because in a 7-Eleven, it would be just like one cubicle, right?
Apparently, that brochure was real, by the way.
No,
There's no way.
No.
It said
Yeah.
peen on it. There's no way.
It
That's
was
real.
apparently distributed to seniors' homes, public libraries, and municipal halls.
that can, but it can't say peen. The government's not saying peen.
Did
I
it say
don't think.
peen?
I don't think the government is
Where
saying.
did it say peen?
It said peen at the top there. There's no way that one was real. There's
But
no.
wasn't
way.
it like a pun where they said peen?
I don't see peen anywhere on here.
Yeah, peak. It said, not
Did it,
peen.
I thought it said peen. Let's
Says peek
bring it back
before you-
up.
Anyway, Amy, let's get back to your question about how glory holes function.
No, I understand how they function, but
yeah.
I mean,
Oh,
I
it's
mean-
in. No, see, look, pop your peen. That's
oh yeah,
fake.
before you pop your peen
There's no
into
way
a
that's
neighbor's
real.
glory
And the
hole.
font is not correct for like a government.
Yeah, it is. That's the BC font for sure.
The font-
the blue font is definitely BC government
but the
font.
black font is not. That's no way. That's just like Arial or something. There's no way.
Oh God, I love this. Watch your back. Keep care of your other long and hard bone.
That's
your
fake.
spine.
It's fake. This hat is 100% fake.
While
There's no
being
way.
that's real.
There's
While
no
being
chance.
attended to, stand with your shoulders back and knees
Come on.
locked.
BC hospitals treat more than 420 cases of come on.
There's no way.
Come
Isn't
on.
it? There's no way that you guys
That's
cannot
gotta
be
be real.
420.
Okay, Dan.
Anyway,
Anyway,
of glory hole related spinal injuries a month.
there's a glory hole. It's in the Fantasy Factory. There's that porno shop on Helmkin there.
Oh, that's where the glory hole is?
Adult toy store open 24 hours with approximately 12 private video booths located behind a black
so the
drape at the
video
back.
booths have the glory
The video
hole in there.
booths have the holes in them.
Well,
and
let's
then
go
there's,
check it out, Stefan.
we should. And then there's one more downtown at.
That should be a Patreon stretch goal.
Well, they're all at like porno shops.
If we get to like $10,000 a month, you and I will go.
we'll go to the we'll go to
You
the
and I
glory
will
hole.
go and get sucked off at the fantasy land.
So they're all just at porno shops in the Lower Mainland, is what it looks like
What's
to
a
me.
video? I'm gonna sound very innocent here. What's a what'd you say? A video? What?
A booth. You go in and you can watch porno there and jack off in a booth.
What?
Yeah.
Like a what kind
Yeah.
of booth? Like where you take photos, like a booth. but with-
Essentially, yeah.
essentially
Similar,
like
Like
that,
a
but for
voting booth,
jacking
sort
off.
of. Yeah.
You
Would
pop
there
a
be-
quarter in there and you just go to town.
Yeah. They actually reuse the porno booths during elections for
Shut up.
voting.
So is there like a curtain or like a solid wall?
I think it's curtains. I think there's walls between, but then I think that probably the entryway is a curtain.
Yeah, it could be
I would.
either or.
Yeah.
What?
Looks like there's only 3 in the Lower Mainland though. But John, you're over in Calgary.
Oh yeah, do they have a glory hole map?
I'm not seeing any glory holes in Calgary.
Too cold.
Yeah. In fact,
Can't just have your peen exposed to the elements.
I feel like they just.
I don't want to
haven't-
become a statistic. I don't want to become a glory hole statistic. Steph.
All right.
Another
I'm ju-
420.
Let's see. Calgary glory holes. Let's see. Come on. There's got to be. I mean, there's a bunch of Reddit stuff. I was hoping for like a map. You know what I mean?
Right. It's nice to have a map.
Yeah, the map's nice, but
Yeah.
oh well. Yeah,
Because
nothing-
Calgary, they love the quadrant system. We've got northwest, northeast, southwest, and southeast. That's how
Right.
people kind of. Where do you live? I'm in the northeast, whatever. And so I felt I was feeling like if there were a glory hole map, that
Yeah.
would be the kind of like
it'd be split that way.
it'd be yeah. Oh, here's the holes in the northeast,
Gotcha.
or whatever.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Speaking of glory holes, did you see that story?
it's a great segue.
It is. It's about a glory hole. It's about the one in Amsterdam, about the girl that apparently like sucked her dad's dick, but then it came out that apparently it wasn't true. But I don't know. There's
Suck
no-
whose dad's dick?
Her own
her own.
dad's,
Yeah, I did
That's
hear about
it.
this as well.
but it wasn't actually. It was someone who was it?
Apparently it was one of those ones. You can press the thing and then see who's on the other side. It's like
Oh, okay.
Like
She
a
wasn't.
what?
She wasn't like. Wait a second. This is my dad's dick.
hold on, I didn't recognize that freckle.
Yeah.
I've been here before.
No.
No.
Oh, jeez. Oh.
But apparently the story's not true. But,
Okay. Well, that's good, I
but it
guess.
was a rumor that was going around on social media.
Wow.
And the kids on TikTok were going crazy for it.
Okay. Yeah.
I thought it sounded a bit far-fetched though.
Wow. Oh my god.
Mm.
I mean, I get like it's possible. Like
Sure.
it's not out of the realm
Sure.
of possibility.
It could happen. You're right. Yeah.
Could happen.
You could suck your dad's dick in a glory hole for sure.
That's
It could happen.
It's
Well,
definitely
yours would be tough because the glory hole would have to be like so low to the ground. Your dad's like 4 feet tall.
Yeah, I would get a back.
He could just
injury
slide
for
it under
sure.
the door. You don't even need the hole.
Is your dad very small?
My dad's like 5'5". Yeah,
Yeah.
Oh, that's how tall I am.
yeah. He's
But it's
a
more
short.
that John is like 6'2", I think. So like
I'm not 6'2". I'm 6 feet.
I
Is
thought you were like 6'1" or 6'2".
No. I'm
Okay.
6 foot and 1/2 inch.
Was your postman tall?
Well, that's the classic because it's my dad is 5'5" and my mom is 5'3" and my sister is
Oh.
like 5'1".
Oh wow.
So yeah, so it kind of doesn't.
Yeah, it doesn't add up.
It's a little confusing.
Yeah.
Interesting. So you
Yeah.
look like your dad.
Yeah. Well, not now, but if you see a picture of me when I was a kid and
I
a
can
picture
for
of my
sure see
dad when
it.
he was
Yeah.
a kid,
Yeah.
we do look similar.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't really look like either of my parents, to be honest.
I
so-
see it a little bit, I think, but also like, do you think you're gonna shrink as you get older? I mean, I guess everyone does, but like, was your
Yeah, my
dad
dad's
ever taller?
No.
Okay, he's always
No,
been-
5'5" was probably his peak. Like he might be
Wow.
5'4" already.
Okay,
He's
Wow.
like late 60s, so he's maybe
Right.
not in shrinking. He's not quite in shrinking era yet, but
getting there.
I think it's confusing too because I have hair. Like my dad's also bald, so I
Right.
think it's hard to imagine that I kind of look like him also because I'm
Right.
taller and I've got hair.
I think it's also the glasses too, because your dad doesn't have glasses, does he?
He does, but
He
he wears
does?
contacts most of the
Okay,
time.
yeah. So I think if I see you guys without your glasses, I can see the similarity a little bit.
Right.
But your glasses make you look different enough. So.
Well, here's the thing. Okay. So I always, speaking of my glasses,
Yeah.
because my parents were just here. They just visited
yeah.
us
How
here
was
in
that?
Calgary for the first time.
Well,
It
you
was
went
nice.
to the Flames game.
Went
with
to
your
the
dad.
Flames Leafs game. The
Yeah.
Leafs won, which was great,
Yeah.
and had a nice weekend with my parents. But I always bug my parents because I'm very blind. Like my glasses prescription is like I'm actually like right on the border of being legally blind.
Really? I don't think I knew how bad your vision.
Oh yeah,
was.
I'm minus 5.75. So and legally
Oh.
blind I think is like minus 6.5.
God, I'm like minus. I think like 2.75 or minus 3 or something.
Must
So,
be nice.
It's
Must
not
be
bad. I mean,
nice.
it's not
What's
bad,
it
I
like
guess,
when you
yeah.
get up in the middle of the night and you can see where you're going?
Well, I'm nearsighted, so I can't
Nice
see.
feel.
Like,
I'm
off to the-
nearsighted as well.
Yeah,
But
you're
yeah,
really
so,
nearsighted though.
Oh, like yeah, definitely. So I always blame my parents because they both have glasses, but they both have weak prescriptions. Like but my dad's like -2 and my mom's like -2.5 or something. And I was like, this is your fault. My eyes are your fault. And then they're like, no, it's not our fault that you have way worse eyes than us. I'm like, well, who the fuck's fault is it then? They get mad at me. They say that it's not their fault, but I posit it to you two. It is their fault, right?
Yes. Yeah. Absolutely.
Genetically, I suppose, yeah. Maybe they could have found someone who had perfect vision and then you wouldn't have bad vision.
That'd be so nice.
Yeah.
Because the other thing too is they both have stable prescriptions. Like, is that the same with you, Stefan?
Yeah,
Like,
mine has.
every time I go to the eye doctor, my prescription gets worse.
I think mine has kind of fluctuated between by negative 0.25 a couple times. But
yeah,
it's
mine
pretty
only
much-
goes down by like -2.5,
Yeah.
but it's like every time I go, it gets worse.
Okay, no, mine's generally stayed the same for the past like 10 years or so, probably.
It's bullshit.
Wow.
Do you have perfect vision, Amy? I feel like I've never seen you with glasses.
I do have perfect
Wow,
vision.
that must
Yeah.
be so nice. Oh my god,
It is.
that must be
It is.
nice.
And the rest of my family all wear glasses. My parents, my brother, my sister, everyone wears glasses. And then I have perfect vision.
So maybe it isn't genetic then. Maybe my parents are right.
Yeah, I don't know. No, I remember doing that oh no, that was the eye color. I was going to say that graph you did ever in biology to figure out eye color. I don't know if it's the same with how bad your eyesight is.
That
The
was.
genetics.
I mean,
but-
I will say though, Amy, that it is probably really nice to have perfect vision and not have contacts and glasses, but you can also see everything every time you're having sex, which is
maybe you are a sex guy.
yes, he is. I think, yeah.
whatever. But I'm just saying, like that is I can't see without my glasses on. So you just take your glasses off. Oh, whatever.
You
I don't
actually
even
can't
know-
see if I was in front of you and I held up like 3 fingers or 4, whatever. You couldn't see how many.
No.
That's
So wait, do you
crazy.
like not being able to
I'm
see?
joke.
things?
It was just a little joke. It was just a little joke for everybody.
It was good. That was good.
Thank
Yeah.
you.
Good, great joke. Great.
Yes.
joke.
Oh, thank you.
It is
Thank you.
crazy to think though about
I
like
was just like, oh, it sucks. You can never have sex with a horribly ugly person because you can see everything
Right.
going on.
I
the
see
whole
what you're.
time.
Yeah,
Just
yeah.
a little joke.
I see
for
what you're saying.
everybody.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
okay.
Sorry, this is a fucking comedy podcast.
No,
okay.
it's yeah.
So I have this
Well,
bumper
honestly-
sticker here.
yeah.
You guys can see how big the letters are.
Yes.
Okay, I will show you how close it needs to get to my face before I can read it.
Well, you know what it says, so you can read it all. You can read it anyway.
okay,
technically.
but like if I couldn't read it, it needs to be there before it's like clear enough for me to
Wow.
read
Oh
it.
wow.
Like there, I can squint and I
Yeah.
can like get it, but like before the letters are like actually clear, it's like here.
yeah.
oh,
wow.
wow.
And I would say, what do you think the size font is on that? Like 24?
I mean, it's pretty big.
Big
Yeah.
enough, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, like if I was reading a text on my iPhone, like I would probably
Yeah.
have to have it like here.
Do you have bigger font? Do you have like the old person thing of like?
No, I don't do that because I have my glasses on.
Right,
Right.
yeah. That
All
would be kind of
day.
funny though. It's always very funny. Sometimes you'll see like and I guess I'm like making fun of old people for not being able to see, so that sounds kind of bad, but
It's,
It-
it's
it
a
is-
fact though. Also.
yeah, but it's really funny when you see an old person's phone and the text is like it's like one word per
One
line.
word.
Yeah.
And I gotta,
I love it. It's like cute, you know, and like really funny also. But I mean, it's gonna happen to me at some point too, so I shouldn't laugh too hard about it. But that
it's
is
coming
like
for me sooner rather than later.
it is
I'd say.
inherently funny seeing someone like they hold up their phone or whatever, and like you see their text bubble and it's like one word on the screen. It's so funny. I love that. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm
I
never
think
gonna my eyes, they're gonna be perfect forever. Not perfect. I guess they're like bad right now, but they're
Yeah,
not
you
gonna
already
get
have glasses.
they're not gonna get worse, I think.
Touch wood.
Yeah.
Don't jinx yourself.
Yeah, I don't even, this is like a,
Just
I
be
don't think this is
careful at the
actually
glory
what-
hole, Stefan, and then they won't get any worse.
Oh,
Where
you're
you
right.
put your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the worst part is when you like meet like your hero and they have big text. Like, because that
Oh.
happened to me. Like, I was doing curling commentary with Kevin
Yeah.
Martin, who's like the greatest curler of all time,
Yeah.
and he is in his early 60s.
Okay.
And then, yeah, he was like answering a text beside me, and he had big text on the phone. And then you're like,
man.
Oh,
it's like
no.
finding out like someone it's a hero has like a tiny dick. It's like a similar feel. It's like a similar feel where you're just like, oh god, oh no, you're like
Yeah.
a legend to me. I don't want to see how big your fucking text is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would sort of, did he have green text or was he on an iPhone at least?
He had an iPhone.
Okay. All right.
He
That's
had an
good.
iPhone, so
Okay.
he was in the groove with
Okay.
that. But
Yeah.
the groove.
Because big text and green text, I mean, you might as well fucking kill yourself.
couldn't agree more. Speaking of killing ourselves, let's move on to our social media updates.
What a fucking good segue. Now let's move on. It's time to discuss what popped up in your feed. Who are you following? What did you see? Sports or politics, tweets and skis, hot takes on the TL or fast food freaks. It's our social media update.
Amy, we always start with the guest. What's going on your social media?
So recently, it was at Christmas time, but it's still going. I posted a like a 6-second clip of this sign that I saw in the Christmas market in Toronto, or Toronto for people that don't like to pronounce all the letters in a word.
Toronto.
Basically it was just this sign. It was tartistry and they had gluten-free butter tarts, but where the pole was on the word butter tarts, it said butt tarts. So it said gluten-free butt tarts. I put up a little video thinking it was very stupid, and I'm after getting 7.9 million views.
What?
Video.
Oh
Yeah.
my God.
Insane. Absolutely. And it's still going. Like every day I'm getting like new likes, new followers, like every single day from
Wow.
this
That's incredible.
tart video. Yeah.
You never
Why?
know what's going to pop off on the algorithm, you know?
I know. It's
Wow.
nuts. And like one of my friends at Faris, he was like the thing is, like, I can absolutely imagine you saying that to me if we were like walking down the street, meaning that like not finding it funny, you finding it hilarious, and never doing anything about it. And I was like, yeah, but just because I was on my own, just took the video, put it online. I was actually going to delete it because it was like not performing well, and I don't usually post that kind of content. But then it just spiked.
Wow.
It was
Now,
great.
were you saying anything in the video, or was it just the video, like no commentary?
I say something like, "Oh, finally, gluten-free butt tarts," like
Yeah.
something like simple like that. That's
Wow.
it.
There you
Yeah.
go.
And
Why
it's,
do you think it is it the gluten-free part that's like popping it off?
It's because the gluten-free community massive. Like,
Well, I
they're
know,
all
but I just mean like there's I do think there's something funnier about gluten-free butt tarts
Yeah,
than just
yeah.
butt tarts.
Yeah.
I
Than
think
just-
I think
Yeah.
adding the gluten free in there does make it funnier for sure. I do think there's also something
Absolutely.
about just funny signs in general because
Yeah.
I used to post this picture all the time, but there was there was an optometry place, or no, it wasn't optometry. There was a place that had like hearing aids and stuff on Nanaimo Street in Vancouver. And for the longest time, they had the most insanely designed sign I have ever fucking seen in my life. And I should see if I can find it. But anyway, it's what it was. It was a sign that said hearing aids, and it said hearing going down in vertical text, and then next to each letter of the word hearing, it said AIDS. So it just said hearing, and then AIDS, 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 AIDS. And it was just like, how many people did that have to go through where no one was like, it just looks like the sign says AIDS a bunch, right? Like,
So funny.
and I remember every time I saw it, I would take a picture of it and like post it. And it went like somewhat viral because people were in disbelief at how insane the sign was. But they took it down at one point, and it's gone now. But I remember going back and just not seeing it, and
Oh no.
it was a tragedy. But yeah, I think there's something to be said about just everyone can relate to seeing a funny sign.
Exactly. And it's just kind of silly humor. But like, yeah, honestly, so many, like on TikTok, a bunch of people were like stitching it and being like, the gluten-free, the options are so bad. I would just eat butt tarts. And like all these people like tagging each other, like gluten-free people. And like my cousin in California, her friend in California, she got sent the video by her friend in like Missouri, and then like sent it on, and my cousin was like, yeah, my cousin made this. Like it was nuts. And like,
Wow.
yeah, absolutely wild. So what I learned from that was just post your stupid shit. You know?
Yeah. You never know. Yeah.
I wish I had a video clip of it, and I'm sorry. My wife listens to every episode of this show, so she will hear this. But I don't think I've ever told this story on the show before, and I'm probably blowing up her spot. But there's a furniture store in Vancouver, and it's called Sofa So Good.
Yes.
But obviously it's like sofa, so like so far so good.
Yeah.
Sofa so good. So we walked by it for the first time, and she was like, and she had just moved to Vancouver, so everything feels new, whatever. And she's just like, sofa so good? Like, that's the fucking stupidest. What do you mean? Like the sofa so, like, it doesn't even make sense grammatically. Like sofa so good. That's what a stupid. And she was like losing, and I'm just like laughing. And she's like, why are you laughing at me? And I was like, and I just like let her cook for a little bit.
It does,
And then
it does
like,
kind of work on that level a little bit, but it's
a
not, I
little
don't think
bit,
it's supposed
but she was just like,
to.
it's not even grammatically correct. Like,
Yeah.
that's such a stupid
So
and then I'm
funny.
like, sofa so good. And she's like, yeah, I don't get it. You're saying it slower. That's not helping me. And I'm like, okay, so far, so good.
Yeah.
And so then every time we drove past it after that, it was a classic little.
That's really good.
Couple
Is that
of
that's not the one that has Mr. Mattress is the one I'm thinking of that has the best like mascot / logo in the city.
Yes, no flip mattresses. Don't go to other mattress stores, whatever. And past guest and friend Malik El Asal used to
yeah,
work there, so he was
okay.
telling us about the. I know the last time he was in Vancouver, he just went there to like hang out with his with Mr. Mattress.
Yeah.
There's a Mr. Mattress.
You can get the
Is there a
Mr.
Mrs.
Mattress
Mattress?
shirts too at that I forget the what the venue is. I know Gavin performs there sometimes when he's in town, but
Slice of life.
I think that's what it is. And I don't know if they still do, but you could get the Mr. Mattress shirt there. And
It's a good logo.
It really is.
Yeah.
He looks really cool.
He does
Yeah.
look like a cool guy.
Yeah.
Mr. Mattress does look like, come over and smoke a joint with me, Mr.
Yeah.
Mattress.
Yeah.
Let's
he
chill,
looks
dude.
great.
Yeah, he's cool. Stefan, what's going on your social media?
Well, someone posted this in, I think it was either the Block Party Discord or the Golf. It was in a Discord somewhere, but this was, so there's like Twitter Spaces, right, where you can have like live conversations and stuff, and and a lot of them are used for sports, and then I think on Twitter now a lot of them are used for white supremacist, like Nazi stuff. This is for the Brooklyn Nets, so slightly better.
Yeah, because a lot of the
topic.
reporters, it's like they do their post game.
Exactly.
The game will end, and then a couple of reporters will do like a live. Let's talk about that game or whatever.
Exactly. So this was Nets talk, and they were talking about Nets player Spencer Dinwiddie, and this was posted by Troop Hater. A very funny name. It says, conversation about Spencer Dinwiddie made this guy get into a cartoonish sounding car crash during a Nets space. And when you think of like a cartoonish car crash, you're thinking of the classic like car crash sound effect. And that is exactly what this is. It's incredible.
We've heard that happen before. Hopefully that happens with Spencer Dinwiddie. And whether they choose to go as Cam or they choose whatever, just make it. Eric?
Yep.
You okay?
Yep, I am. I gotta head out, guys.
All right. Let us know you're all right, man.
Oh, God, that's so funny. I mean, the guy's okay, I think, too, but it really was the most cartoonish sounding car. Like, it's got the screech and everything, and yeah.
The big squeal.
Yeah. Really good.
What did he say? He got what?
I think he
said, I gotta go. I gotta
go.
out. I gotta head out.
Oh,
I gotta head out,
a
guys.
slang word for being like crashed into or something.
Yeah. I guess he just didn't he didn't want to admit, I guess, that he got into the crash, right? He's like, I gotta go.
It was like pretty obvious what happened.
They're all like, "Are you okay?" He's like, I need
to go do something with my car.
That sound.
Yeah, it's not good. The
Really
sound
good.
of car crashes is like, it's scary.
It is. Yeah.
That one was had enough of the cartoon.
Yeah.
And
where you
knowing
can
that the
kinda
guy's
laugh at
okay,
it.
I
He
think,
says
you know?
he's okay.
Yeah.
So that's fine. But yeah, I used to live at a corner where there was quite a few car crashes. And like when you could hear,
Was that your old
ones,
place?
No, the one I used to live on Windsor and 12th. There was there was a pedestrian controlled stoplight there.
Yeah.
And people crash there a lot. And one time I heard it and it was like big. And I was like, someone's really hurt. And I went outside and like the car was like wrapped around a tree. And I was like, oh boy. Yeah, it's bad.
Yeah.
It was bad.
But
It's
this car
just a
accident, to
weird-
be clear, this one was funny. So
That one was funny.
Yeah.
And you definitely do one sound effect you didn't get there, but you will sometimes get when a car crash happens, where you'll hear the big bang and then you will hear the hubcap roll down the street and then do the like the metal sound of it like hitting the ground. And that is a good cartoony, funny sound.
Yeah,
so
very good. John?
I think both of you had said you hadn't seen this, so this is going to be a great opportunity for a game that we can play. So this is from Noah Culwin, who's one of the hosts of the great pod Blowback with past guest Brendan James. And Noah just quote tweeted this guy, Carl Benjamin, who's a blue check weird guy, I guess. And Noah just writes, "You won't believe what he's talking about."
Is that Carl Benjamin is Sargon of that guy's a fucking psycho. Yeah.
Okay, yeah, he's a total psycho. So Noah just writes, "You won't believe what he's talking about." Okay, so Carl is doing his own quote tweet. Okay. And so I'm going to read what he said, and then you two are going to guess what he's like quote tweeting. Okay. So Carl writes, "This is what the world looked like before mass immigration, widespread racial and gendered guilt activism, and before bankers had totally screwed the economy for their own gain. People were just allowed to be themselves, and they did fun, wholesome things for their own sake."
Okay, I think I actually did see this one. And I do know what it is, and it's really funny. I think someone posted this in another Discord or something.
Okay, so Amy, do you want to guess what he is?
You will not be able to guess this if you don't already know.
I know. I was like,
it's
I
not
have
possible.
Absolutely no idea. I don't know. People camping.
That's a pretty good guess. Yeah.
I'll say this is
white people camping.
It is very John coded, I think. Not what he's posting, but the thing he is quote tweeting.
Yes, I certainly would not be posting about this is what the world looked like before mass immigration or whatever. Yeah. No, Amy, what he is quote tweeting here is the 2001 music video of Alien Ant Farm covering Smooth Criminal by Michael Jackson. So yeah, this was apparently the best version of the world we had was when Alien Ant Farm was covering Smooth Criminal.
Wow.
It's really funny too, because I remember when COVID first started and people were posting this video and being like, they predicted the pandemic because there's the little kid wearing the mask in it.
Yes.
So it's like, it's just a music video. It's a good music video. It's a fun song. Like, and
great cover.
I think I saw in the replies too, someone pointed out that the lead singer's mom was an illegal immigrant. And he was like, that doesn't matter at all. Like, what does that have to do with what I posted? And it's like, what are you fucking talking about? You fucking
kind of has to do with exactly what you posted.
Oh my god, yeah, that's
insane. What an example to try and like prove whatever fucking point that guy was.
Yeah, it sucks because I mean, I do wish Twitter was like still okay to like. It's just it's so many psychos like that, and like it's just really, really, really bad, obviously, but. It is, I guess, I don't want to say nice, but it's like that is something that would have happened like 5 years ago on Twitter as well, probably. But it's just it's bad that that's kind of all that's happening on Twitter now, unfortunately.
Not good, but you know, if this leads more people to watching the Alien Ant Farm video for Smooth Criminal, then
bring it back.
No problem. Good for them. I love Alien Ant Farm. Cool guys. They seem like cool guys. We've covered them on the POD cast. And their song Movies is also excellent if you don't want to listen to a cover by them. Anyway, speaking of excellent things, let's move on to our Blocktail.
What did you tweet? You brought receipts, Blocktail. Woo! No longer can see the post, it's a Blocktail. Woo! You probably deserved it, it's a Blocktail.
All right, Amy, the floor is yours. What do you have for us?
All right. So I don't actually know if anyone has blocked me, but I blocked a coworker when I was 20, and it sounds ridiculous now, but at the time I took it seriously. So basically, I blocked them because. So I was going traveling to Southeast Asia, but I needed a job, a part-time job, and I didn't want to let them know that I had these plans to go traveling, because they wanted to train me up. And the shop was a baby equipment store, so it was like everything that a baby needs. So like.
I like that you called it baby equipment. Is that what they call it in Ireland? Do they call it baby equipment? We need a stroller. Where should we go? I know, the baby equipment store.
It's like, because it covered so many things. It was like the carriers, all the things, equipment babies need. And when I say that, sometimes people are like small equipment? No, not like small tools that baby can use. Like carriers.
We have someone comes in the store. You're like, we don't have strollers or baby Bjorns, but we do have a perfect screwdriver for a 6-month-old.
We have a mini hammer for your baby. So basically, they were like, okay, well, I just was like, oh, this is just a job. I'll have money to save up. But they were like, oh, we want to train you in like intensely. And like, we really don't want you to leave for at least a year. And then I only realized this when I was like a month or two in. And then I just was like, oh, I'm just going to stick it out in the job. And then I just blocked, like, it wasn't even friends with my coworker online. It was like my coworker's boyfriend's brother was going out with a girl that I went to school with. So I was like doing the track of how they would see that I was traveling. So I blocked them so then they wouldn't see that I was traveling. And then it's so stupid. Like, it's ridiculous.
That's very stealth. So like, so you were working there and you still had the job when you went traveling, or like, what was the...
I quit to go traveling, and I told them that I quit like for personal reasons. I didn't tell them I went traveling
because you thought they would be pissed that you were kind of like using them to like. I see.
I was just using them, and then I was just in too deep when they kind of hammered home how much training I would be doing, and like that it would be an awful lot of effort to like train someone else. So I was like, I don't want to tell them I'm just going traveling. So I decided this elaborate lie instead. But I was 20 and it seemed like the best option. And I think that the girl I traced it back to that could see me traveling or whatever, I think I still have her blocked. I just never unblocked her. That was 8 years ago.
So it worked, I guess, then.
Yeah, they didn't find out. But the baby shop did close not long after that.
Oh, no.
Oh, wow.
Okay.
It was your fault. They're like, Amy was the best employee we've ever had. We can't go on.
They wasted their resources on this idiot 20-year-old. I know. And it's such a stupid story, but I was like, that is the main blocked story that I have.
No, that's
How long did you work there for, like, before you went traveling?
6 months, 5 6
Okay.
months.
So it's
But,
like about how long was the training?
I was still like pretty much in train. Like
Okay.
the training was so intense. I know insane, and even though it was 8 years ago, I know insane amounts of details about like strollers and stuff and the car seats and things. Like it was ingrained into my head. So I understand why they wanted me to stick around and not fuck off and go traveling. But I was
Wow.
20 and I just needed money. And also I liked the job because I just got to talk shit all day.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I remember like I worked for Sport Check, which is like a sporting equipment store
Yeah.
here, and they would do stuff like that where they would have like demo days so that you could go to Whistler and then you just try like a company's like all their skis. So then it would help you sell them later. It was like this,
Right.
and then they would do that with hockey equipment, like come out, try all our sticks and our skates. And so you have a feel for them. And then when you try to sell them, you can say, I tried this, whatever. But they wouldn't let you go on demo days until you had been working there for like 2 years. So
Right, yeah,
it's,
makes
but
sense.
I mean, it sounds like this is maybe like a smaller store and they just wanted to like train you up on everything. But yeah, they definitely at Sport Check were like, no, we want to make sure that you're kind of serious about being here before we pay you to like go to Whistler and try all these skis or whatever.
that makes sense. Yeah, they did get me to wear the baby. I was 20. It made me wear the baby carriers around the stores and wear like a fake weighted baby in the carrier to show customers that you can like do things while you're carrying your
Oh my
baby.
God.
Oh,
Yeah, it
no.
was crazy.
You can work at a baby store.
So this carrier is pretty good, hey? Well, I only wear it when I'm at work, so I can only speak to if you're stocking shelves somewhere and you need to have your baby attached to you for some reason, it does the trick. That is so weird, especially because like the implication of having like a 20-year-old woman, like, hey, pretend you have a baby in our store. That's a little
so
weird.
strange. And like, yeah, also people hated getting advice from me because I was clearly a child. And like, they're like, okay, you're gonna tell you a child with a child strapped to you.
Right.
You're gonna
Yeah.
tell-
Oh, what does the teen mom know about this?
But like, I did have a lot of knowledge on it. So then they'd be like, okay, maybe this child does know things.
That is okay. That was my favorite part of the story.
Yeah,
So I'm
I
glad,
know.
I'm
I
glad
was
we.
like, I know the blocked bit wasn't even that interesting, but I was like, the job itself, pretty funny.
Yeah, no, that's great. We have a very stupid listener block as well. This one is from Alex. And Alex, and this is a simple, sometimes it's just a simple block.
Yep.
And this is one of those. Alex writes, Hi, John and Stefan. I've got a quick block for you. I was scrolling through Twitter and someone I follow had quote tweet dunked on one of those reactionary history hot take guys who had posted about Tsar Nicholas II being the greatest leader of the 20th century. I promise that is the only part of this that seems like smart person stuff, which that doesn't even seem that smart because Nicholas II, I don't agree. Anyway, I went into the comments because I'm an idiot, and I saw a reply that he wasn't great enough to avoid being killed by communists. The hot take dork replied to that with something about John the Baptist being the greatest man who ever lived, and I responded that John the Baptist couldn't even dunk on a 10-foot hoop, and I was promptly. I hope all is well with you. Thanks for keeping me entertained at work, Alex.
I guess that's true because everyone was like 5'2" back then as well.
Yeah,
right?
we only. My dad would have been like 4'9".
Yeah, your dad
in
would
the
have
Middle
towered over
Ages.
everyone. Yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy. Well, thank you for sending that in, Alex. We really appreciate it. If you want to send in a listener block, you can do so by sending us an email at blockedparty.com. You can also donate to the show at patreon.com/blockparty. $5 a month gets you access to 3 bonus episodes every single month. And this week it is the 3rd episode of Block Party D&D, or actually no, it's already out. What am I talking about? Block Party D&D, episode 4 of season 3 with Jesse and DB from YKS just came out last week. We also announced all of our $100 club perks for the year. I will be forced to watch all of the Lord of the Rings videos. Stefan will be forced to drive through a drive-through, and I will do Take a Look at This, number 2, where I pretend to be Ian K from Peep This Out. That's if we reach 200 $100 club members. The $100 club comes with a bunch of stuff. We've got ad-free episodes, merch discounts, a whole bunch of stuff. So check that out.
And it's 12 months with on the Patreon. Is that right?
Yeah, you get 12 months. Yeah. So for $100, you get a full year of all of our bonus content, videos of every bonus episode, merch discounts, ad-free episodes, all that stuff. So check it out, patreon.com/blockparty.
Where are we at? How far away are we?
I think we're still like 25 out.
Okay, we're getting there.
So we're making some progress.
Yep.
So head on over there, check it out. You can also follow us on Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok at Blocked Party Pod. You can follow us on Blue Sky at Blocked Party. And if you want to see the video of this episode, you can subscribe to our YouTube channel. It's youtube.com/@blockedparty. And of course, if you like the show, tell a friend. We also have Sweeps Month coming up next week. And there's going to be an announcement about that very soon. It's going to be, I think, Stefan, fair to say, our craziest Sweeps Month ever.
Fucking wild, John. All the shit we have planned for it.
You won't even believe it. As you know, every February we try to do something different. And this February we've gone.
We're gonna do 4 good episodes.
Yeah, we've gone woke. That is our February plan. We've gone woke, and we're gonna do 4 good episodes.
That's right.
So stay tuned for that. And of course, if you like the show, please tell a friend. Okay, Amy, we are here at the end of the show. That means it's time for the top 3.
3, 2, 1.
3, 2, 1.
Uno, 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 uno.
Mustard.
3.
Socks. 2. Girlfriends.
Uno, 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 uno.
All right, Amy, what topic do you have for us?
I gotta say, I love your jingles before I give my top 3.
They're good.
great.
No
They're
problem.
very
Yeah,
good.
they're all listener created jingles.
Wow, that's
Yeah,
incredible.
they love us. So they love us here. Yeah, we don't have to worry about canvassing for listener submissions like you might have to worry about over on Soft for Us.
Yeah,
You'd be like,
we just have Nikki singing our intros to our segments, so and it changes every time.
That's good though. That's fun.
It is fun, and it's honestly she's great. So I don't want any listener submissions. Okay, so my top 3 is top 3 Irish actors.
Oh,
They're
okay.
like very
Love
much
that.
in the news at the moment as well. So yeah.
there's a lot of Irish guys out there.
Yeah, small country, but very talented people.
That's what everybody's saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm here. That's why I got to go check it out.
Yeah,
Gotta go see for myself. Amy, we'll start with you. Who is your number 3?
Okay, this was honestly very difficult for me to even get a top 3. But my my top 3. So number 3 is Andrew Scott. So
He's a hot priest, right?
yes, that's exactly.
And he's
right.
in the new The Talented Mr. Ripley Netflix show, I think.
He is.
Oh,
Yeah.
they did a Netflix show about
They're
that.
doing
I
a
like that
Netflix show.
movie.
Yeah.
That's
It
a
looks
good
good.
movie.
Yeah.
Might have to
And
check that
he's
out.
also in a new movie with Paul Mescal as well.
Yes.
I cannot remember the name of it right now, but I heard it's very good. It's a little bit horny and a little bit sad, so perfect.
So that sounds like an Irish film right there. That's
There you go.
what more could you want? Is he a hot guy to you, Amy? Are you ginned up for Andrew Scott?
Yeah, I think he's a hot. Yeah, and him as the hot priest. Oh my god! But
Yeah.
I this isn't to do with his hotness. This is to do with his acting talent.
Right. Okay. Yeah. No, that I understood, but I just checking in on where we're at on his hotness level.
But yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think he's a hot guy. I'm excited.
Stefan, what's your number 3?
I'm gonna go with Liam Cunningham. I like he kind of just shows up in things, and I really like him. But I think most people know him from Game of Thrones.
Mhm.
I don't
he
know him from
played,
anything. I'm looking at this guy right now.
Sir Davos. Well, you don't watch movies or TV shows,
No,
famously. But he's just
that's true.
anything he's in, he's just really, really good. I feel like.
Yeah, he's great.
Yeah. So I'll go with Liam Cunningham. My number 3, John.
Damn, there's a lot of good. You're right, Amy. A lot of good choices on here. I have to be honest, and I kind of like the idea because I'm looking at just like a list of Irish actors, and I think it would be very funny to pick one that like no one's ever heard of, like Cyril Cusack or something like that, who died in 1993. Okay, well, yeah, but you're from Ireland. That's fucking different. But I'm not. But I am gonna go, and this is again very famously, Amy. I don't really watch a lot of movies, but I think I've talked about this on the show before, maybe, but I was never more seen than in an interview with Jonathan Rhys-Meyers. He's my number 3.
Good choice.
I don't even care about him as an actor. I think the only thing I've seen that he is in it is Match Point, and obviously we're not allowed to watch that anymore.
Yeah.
So anyway, he did an interview, and one of the questions was what do you hate most, or like what is something you don't like or whatever. and he said cotton balls. And that is also, I hate touching like raw cotton.
Yeah.
It like gives
the
like sends
scratchiness of
shivers
it or
up my
whatever.
spine.
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate being around it. It makes me like physically ill.
Yeah.
And so no actor has ever given an interview answer where I was more like, yes, dude. Yes, me and you, JRM, we're the same guy. So that's my number 3, Jonathan Rhys-Meyers.
Great
Amy,
choice.
your number 2, please.
Nice. He's also in Bend It Like Beckham. Great movie.
Oh, yes,
Yeah.
I have seen Bennett Like Beckham. And that is not canceled. In fact, that's like, whoa, that's like the opposite
That's
of
right.
canceled.
That's right. Yeah.
So you're right. Good point. Good point. He's like hot coach in that, right? He's like
He
the
is
coach
hot
and they
coach.
want to fuck him.
Yeah, they do.
It's always but that's kind of wrong, right? He's supposed to be older. Does he fuck them in there? Does he fuck Keira Knightley in that thing?
No, I think he kisses the other girl though. I actually
think-
can't
Yeah,
remember.
right.
Yeah.
It ends up getting a little bit weird. Anyway,
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is. Amy, your number 2.
Okay, number 2. My number 2 is Donald Gleason. Great guy. I love him in Star Wars and also Ex Machina. Like the list goes on. About Time is one of my favorite movies ever. So yeah, and I also worked with him, and he was very, very nice. So
Oh,
there you go.
okay. Tell us more. What did you work with him on?
So I used to work in film publicity in Ireland. So I would promote movies and like organize premieres and like the junkets, the press junkets and stuff. So yeah, I was worked with him on a movie, and I went to school with his first cousins as well. So like when I first met him, I was really nervous, and then it came up that I was from Galway, and he was like, that's where his cousins are from as well. And I had lost my voice because I'd been at a festival, and the first words I said to him was, I went to school with your cousins. And he was like, oh my God, that's so cool. So then we got on great. So yeah, very nice guy.
There you go.
That's good.
Yeah.
Okay. Stefan.
This is another, I would say, character actor, and he was also in Game of Thrones, but this is not because of Game of Thrones. He was really good in Tinker Tailor Soldier Spy. I think he had a part in There Will Be Blood. First Man, which I watched recently and I really enjoyed. But another guy who, when he shows up, just kind of like a larger than life personality, just like a very striking looking guy, Kieran Hines.
Oh yeah. He's great.
Just like a big guy, very
I
intimidating.
thought you were going to say Daniel Day-Lewis. You're like, he's like a character actor. He's in There Will Be Blood.
Do you recognize this guy, John?
Sorry, who did you say?
Kieran Hines, Ciaran Hines.
Okay, I'm looking at Kieran Hines.
Let's see if you recognize this guy. He's a very
no.
distinct looking guy, I feel like.
And he's Northern Irish, born in Belfast.
Yeah,
So.
he is a guy that just like randomly pops up, and you're like,
Kieran
oh, that
Hines.
guy.
No,
Yeah.
can't say I recognize
Okay.
him.
Well, anyway, anything he's in, it's again just like Liam Cunningham. Anything
I
they
will
show
say,
up in. Yeah.
nice that we haven't any fucked up names we've had to pronounce yet. I'm looking at this list of Irish actors. Most of them don't really have fucked up names. Like obviously you got Saoirse Ronan, but then after that, we're not hit with any like Kivas in here or like Kaylee spelled all fucked up.
That's true. They just don't become famous because no one can pronounce their name.
Because no one can pronounce it. I had a kid. I had a Kiva in a class, and so for people listening who don't know, Kiva is usually spelled, I think, Amy, you can correct me if I'm wrong, CAIOMHE.
CAOIMHE.
Okay. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And so I had a student that was so obviously I didn't even try the first time. I was like, I know whatever this is, it's wrong. So she's like, oh, it's Kiva, it's fine. But then somehow I had a second Kiva.
Wow.
So I was doing attendance.
Oh, and you impressed
and
her.
I said Kiva, and it was like her mind exploded.
Yeah.
She couldn't believe it. And I was like, I'm going to see Limp Bizkit in Belfast. So you don't think I know this shit?
Yeah.
You don't think I know this shit?
Those names are wild because there's no V in the Irish language, like in Gaeilge, so it's a BH is the V sound.
Disaster.
There you go.
Yeah.
I used to know a girl named Kaylee as well, and it was just tragic.
Oh, CEILIDH. Sorry, probably. Yeah.
DHE.
Oh, an E. Jeez.
Yeah. CEILIDHE.
It'd be thrown in. Yeah.
I thought for sure, for like the first little bit that I knew her, I thought for sure her name was like Salid. And then she's like, I'm Kaylee. And I was like, oh. Tell that to the consonants in your name. Okay, sorry everybody. Number 2 for me, Pierce Brosnan.
Great choice.
How could you not love him? Great run as James Bond. My favorite James Bond movie is probably GoldenEye, and he's obviously James Bond in there. Gotta love the Thomas Crown affair. He's even kind of good in Mrs. Doubtfire. There's a lot going on. Shit. I got a delivery. So anyway, Pierce Brosnan, my number 2. Hold on a second.
All right, we can wait.
Hello.
Dan, you got this?
Yeah,
Hey.
totally.
Okay.
Okay, great. Sorry, I was just upstairs.
He's bragging about how big his house is on the phone with the. Unbelievable.
Did you tell him that he's recording a podcast too? Was he bragging about that?
I don't think he said that. No, I don't think he said that. But
Sounds like something he would say.
it does. It does. This is a good top 3. It makes me want to. I mean, I was watching Gladiator last night, so I was thinking maybe like Richard Harris. You know?
Yeah, I saw that
very
you've been
good
watching
one.
Gladiator.
Yeah. It
And
was good.
Paul Mescal is in the new Gladiator.
That's
as well.
right. Yeah.
Mhm.
I'm like really excited for that now after rewatching, because I hadn't watched it for like, I don't know, like 15 years or something.
You're
So
watching it Greg style, huh?
I was watching it Greg style. Yeah. So
What's Greg style?
It's a friend of ours who has like 3 kids and is like super busy all the time. So he'll watch like a movie over the course of like a week. And he'll just watch it in like 25-minute chunks, basically. And so now we say we're watching the movie Greg style. But I watched it over 2 nights, which I think is reasonable.
That's
It's a long movie.
Yeah, it is it's like almost 3 hours long. So
Yeah, that's
Sorry,
fair.
what I missed?
we're talking about Gladiator.
Oh, who is your number ones?
Well, we haven't said it. We're waiting for you.
Oh.
But I was saying Gladiator because Richard Harris was in that, another famous. Irish
Oh yeah,
actor,
cool.
so,
Okay,
yeah.
sorry about that.
Johnny,
That's
wait
okay.
a minute. You sound
Amy,
out
what's
like
your-
you're
You're out of breath. Yeah.
Well, because
What was the delivery? Some furniture, maybe?
sex swing. No, yeah, it's a chaise longue for our
Ooh.
bedroom.
The fuck is that?
Oh my god!
It's like one of those
fancy
bench things, Dan.
I don't
bench things.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
know what
don't
you're
want to.
talking about.
It's a bench thing. I
Yeah.
don't want to put you Vancouverites like on blast or whatever, but our primary bedroom is 650 square feet.
Shut the fuck up.
So
Fuck off.
You
No, it's not.
motherfucker.
So
It's
anyway,
like the size
so
of my
we-
apartment.
God damn it.
So anyway,
Wow.
we have like a reading nook in our.
That's so nice.
So anyway,
Reading
it's fucking
nook?
heavy.
Yeah.
And this delivery company refuses to bring it inside your house. They only deliver it to your doorstep.
Right.
So that's why the guy called me. Anyway, so I
Okay.
had to pull it in.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh.
And then I ran back upstairs.
But now you're gonna have to bring it upstairs now.
Yeah, and that's going to be difficult.
Yeah. Unless you probably have a fucking elevator in your place.
I
butler
wish.
by the sounds of
I
it.
wish.
Yeah.
We have a tall skinny. So our like the entire top floor is our bedroom.
Oh, I see. Okay.
And so I've got to bring it up 2 flights of stairs.
Oh boy.
Oh
Is
no!
it in like a
Your
box or
big
something?
house.
It's in a box.
Okay, so you
thankfully.
can like slide it up the stairs, sort of.
I'll be probably sliding it up the stairs.
Are the stairs
but it's-
carpeted?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, you're fine then.
We'll be okay.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Amy, you're number
sorry,
one.
Amy, you're number 1.
Oh,
And
good.
Pierce Brosnan, good guy.
So my number 1, it's kind of I feel like an obvious one, but Cillian Murphy. He's just killing it at the
Yeah.
moment, and he's been killing it for years.
He's been killing it. Okay.
Killing
Anyway, guys, I'll be here
it.
next week as well.
Nice.
He's great. Have you seen the GIF of him or the video? I guess I've just seen it in GIF form, but where he's like Prince Harry is at like a movie premiere or
Yes.
something,
Yes.
and then he shakes his hand and just looks really angry at him after. Like,
you should watch The Wind That Shakes the Barley.
Yeah.
It's such a good movie.
Yeah. that was
yeah.
his like first like. Was that one of his earlier like?
Yeah,
breakout?
that was one
Yeah.
of his early things.
Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
And I've seen him a bunch of times in like some theater plays and stuff as well in Ireland, and he's just incredible. Like he's
Yeah.
so good. And also I love that he's like not really bothered by like all of Hollywood and stuff like that. He's just like, no, I just love acting. So
Yeah.
yeah,
Great choice.
Cillian Murphy.
Yeah.
Mhm.
It's actually, if you haven't seen it, it's a great movie. The Wind That Shakes the Barley. It's just 2 hours of Irish people saying the word barley. 'Cause it's very satisfying
of
to the
wind.
ears. Yeah, the wind, and they go, "Whoa, it's windy out here," and then they go barley, and you're like, "That's nice." Keep saying that to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's it. That's the whole movie.
It's beautiful. Yeah. Stefan, you're number one.
My number one. Well, we've had his son, I believe. But I have to go with Brendan Gleeson.
Yes.
I'm just
Fantastic.
28 Days Later, Gangs of New York. I was watching Edge of Tomorrow recently. I forgot he was in that. He's great in that.
The Banshees of Inisherin.
Yeah.
Inisherin, yeah.
Inisherin.
The Guard.
These are. I haven't seen any of these.
Yeah.
In Bruges.
With Don Cheadle. There was one
I've seen
I
In
watched.
Bruges. That might be the only Brendan Gleeson thing I've seen.
Okay. There was one. There's like a what was it? I have to look it up. Calvary. I watched that as well.
Oh yeah, that is dark.
Yeah, it is. It is. But he's really good at. Like he's just a really good actor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Brendan Gleeson. Yeah.
Yeah, I had
number
him
one.
in the mixes for mine as well, but I just
It's tough. If you look at a list of Irish actors, it's like, oh my god,
It's impressive.
I know.
list.
Yeah.
Um,
People.
Yeah.
I have two questions before I get to my number one. Amy, I forgot to ask you when you were on your number one. Cillian Murphy, hot guy.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay, because I feel like there's a divide. I feel like there's some people who think Cillian Murphy hot
He
guy.
just looks
Some
very
people.
distinctive, which I think is attractive.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think like him in Peaky Blinders, very hot, and then him kind of normally sometimes not so hot.
So he needs to be a criminal. You like you like a criminal kind of.
I like someone who breaks the law. Yeah, exactly.
Understood. Second question. This just jogged my mind because Stefan, I know, always gets weirded out by like the movies that I have seen.
Yes.
Because I often because I haven't seen that many movies, but I have really weird movies that I have seen.
Mm-hmm.
So one year, my friend convinced me to go see a movie at the Vancouver Film Festival.
Okay.
And it was called Oma, and it was about the bombing in Oma.
Yeah.
Which was like an IRA bombing in this like Irish town. And it's like a deeply sad movie. But anyway, just this talk about Irish actors. It's like I've seen this indie movie about an Irish tragedy.
That's so funny.
Have you seen it? Was it a big deal in Ireland? I don't know.
No, I've never seen it, but I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's just called Oma or I'm probably saying it
Yeah, no,
wrong.
that's right. Yeah. Oma,
Okay, yeah. And it's crazy movie, devastating. Anyway,
wow.
My number one, also Cillian Murphy.
Oh, nice.
Has to be. I really am a big fan of Peaky Blinders. So that's kind of my main. I liked him. I've seen him in Batman Begins, as we all have.
Mm-hmm.
But that might be it. I think maybe it's only that in Peaky Blinders, but I do love him in Peaky Blinders. He's great in it. And like the first season, especially of Peaky Blinders, is unbelievable.
Yeah.
So good. I'll probably see Oppenheimer at some point, I'm sure. But yeah, Cillian Murphy, cool guy. And I agree with you, Amy. I like that anytime he's sort of on like a late night talk show or anything like that, he just is clearly like, I don't care about any of this.
Yeah, he really doesn't give a shite.
You have no choice but to respect it. Great top three, Amy. Very on brand, and loved it. Thank you so much for being on the show. Great to have you. Before we go, anything you'd like to plug?
So the podcast, Soft for Us, that I'm on with Nikki and Danielle, and also I run a monthly dog-friendly comedy show in Vancouver called Big Dog Energy. So check that out as well, which is making its debut in JFL Vancouver this year. So
that's fun.
There you go.
Where can people follow you so they can find out about Big Dog Energy?
Yeah, so my Instagram is Amy Walsh Comedy, and then Big Dog Energy is Big Dog Energy Comedy on Instagram as well.
There you go. Give it a follow. Go listen to Soft for Us if you haven't already. And has to be said, if you're a fan of me being a sex guy, Soft for Us might be the pod for you, because every clip I see, the three of you are just talking that talk. You know what I mean? So
all sex.
Not all of it, but I think a lot of it. So anyway, yes, listen to the pod. So funny. And if you're in Vancouver, Amy's a very funny comedian as well. So check her out wherever you can. Again, you can follow us, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok at Blocked Party Pod. You can see the video of this show at Blocked Party on YouTube. And if you want to donate to the show, it's patreon.com/blockparty. Thank you so much for listening. We'll see you back here next week. Goodbye.
Goodbye.